Hello, Emily. How are you doing, girl? So nice to be here with you. I just like to be in your presence. So, how have you been doing, young lady? I'm gonna have to start calling you young lady now because girl doesn't quite cut it. Yeah, 14 years old. You're a young adult. That's for sure. Wow. You're essentially in your mid teens. So awesome to contemplate that. How your life must be changing. How your mind must be just exploding with brilliance and energy and curiosity and I've got this idea that you're you're just open to the world now. It's just amazing to me. What what a terrific time in your life. I mean, I remember when I was that age and life was just so amazing. I remember getting some really strong emotional it was that my emotions were powerful. I remember I would have these crushes on girls at school and they were powerful. It's and I even today as an older person I remember them. I remember how powerful they were. Yeah. You know, as a young person, these crushes can be just amazing. I went on, remember being on these super highs of being sort of love and being loved, and then super lows. Oh, but I don't think I would exchange that for anything. As an older person, I'll let you know, I still have crushes that are high and low, but I don't think that they're comparable to the crushes that I had when I was 14, 15, and 16 years old. Yeah. In terms of intensity. Now, I'm not saying that today's intensity isn't that great. When I was growing up as a teenager, I would guess that the intensity of my crushes was probably a 10, whereas now they're probably down at the level of an 8. And but 8 is pretty strong. 8 is still pretty strong and very pleasurable, very enjoyable. Maybe 8.5, right? But certainly not a 10 in when it comes to intensity levels. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy the tumult of your emotional expression. You're so powerful now. I remember visiting with you when you were like 6 years old, and you were powerful at age 6. I can only imagine how powerful you are at age 14. What a sight to see. Anyway, I'm so pleased for you. And welcome to today. It is the 18th of October today, 2018. And let's see, it is a Friday. And I'm debating with myself whether I want to go dancing tonight, Friday night. There's a good chance I will, but then I might not. The place I'm thinking about dancing is Cambria, which is about an hour and a half drive away. So, I don't know. I've got to think about, do I really want to drive 3 hours today? Decisions. To go dancing with a group of amazing people in Cambria. We'll see. Maybe I'll just dance in my living room. All right. So, given that today's October 18th, let's go through the Peaceful Living book. And I've got it here. Mary McKenzie's book, Peaceful Living, October 18th. So please follow along with me while I read a passage. Now, the quote for the day is this: "Nothing in life is to be feared." Oh, wait a second. It's the 19th. That was yesterday's. It's the 19th today, for goodness sake. Time flies when you're having fun, right? So, October 19th, and the quote for the day is, "Play so that you may be serious," by anarchists. Anarchists. I don't know anarchists. I took a class in college called Greek philosophy, and in that class we read a lot of Greek philosophers. I don't remember anarchists. Anacharsis. Maybe that's how you say it. Anacharsis. Anacharsis. All right. So Anacharsis has to say, "Play so that you may be serious." And I think that's a really good point. You know, the most effective people I know have this ability to be both serious and playful at the same time. It's a wonderful skill. They can bounce back and forth, playfulness and seriousness. And so I think they just happen to be, it's a lot more pleasurable to sort of be led by them, because they can play both sides of the field, and they're very able. They can move around, and it's from a leadership perspective, I admire that ability. The people who, I think they may get, if they're too serious, they get too wrapped up in what's going on. I think it distorts their thinking. Yeah, it's good not to be too serious. It's good for the heart too. You need a little play. There's something about human life that requires you to be a little bit willing to play, to kid, to joke around, because you just can't take life that seriously. It's a game, and if you take it too seriously, things get really dreadful really fast. Let me tell you. So let's hear what Mary McKenzie has to say about this passage. She starts her comments with the subtitle, "Meeting Our Need for Play." Play is the most challenging need for me to meet. Man, I can always guess where Mary McKenzie's going. I admire people who play easily. I do too. I just said that. One of my brothers told me about a vacation that he and his wife and daughter took not too long ago. They played golf and miniature golf, swam in the pool, went bowling, ate in wonderful restaurants, took tours of the local sites, and took long naps. I was astonished with how much they did in such a short time, and how the focus of their vacation was play. My needs for hard work and accomplishment are very well met, but I often forget to play. How about you? She asks. Is your need for play met in this moment? Yeah, it is, in fact. If not, consider a few things you can do to meet it today. For instance, how about having lunch with a friend whom you laugh with easily? Or how about going to a funny movie? Forget the drama. Just this once. You could also choose roller skating, ice skating, horseback riding, bowling, or golf. Golf? Really? The activity doesn't matter as much as the joy you feel when you meet your need for play. A friend of mine says, "Play on!" So the thought for the day is, be aware of whether your need for play is met today. Okay, well, let me say, that's the end. I have a really strong need for play, and I love to play. Play is a big deal to me, and you may not know this, but in my car in the far back, I've got stored lots of playful items. I've got a ball and catcher's mitt, or ball and baseball mitt. I've got a soccer ball. I've got a volleyball. Yep. I probably have a tennis ball. I've got ping pong paddles and ping pong balls. I'm ready for anything. I've got all kinds of gear, sporting gear. Oh, particularly frisbees. I've got a rogue hair on my nose. I've got some frisbees, and part of those frisbees is I've got, what's that frisbee game? I've got some special frisbee golf frisbees. Yeah, right there, so I can use them if I want to. And I pull them out occasionally. I remember I was on a business trip one time with some coworkers, and we were passing by my car, and then I pulled out the far back a football, and a Nerf football, and we were just throwing it in the parking lot. You know, it's a great team building exercise. We were having a lot of fun out there on our business trip, you know. We were just moving. It was after the meeting, and we were just moving from one person's vehicle back to the hotel room. It was just a passing fancy. Nice to have some play after a tough day. So, yeah, people have needs for play. They have needs for fun, for lightheartedness. I know I've got those needs. And I thought it was kind of funny here. She talked about something. What was it that got me interested? Oh, I like how she says, or how about going to a funny movie? Forget the drama, just this once. Okay, here's the thing about me. Just like your mom, I know your mom likes comedies. I like comedy movies too. In fact, they're my favorite kind of movie. So I'm totally into it when it comes to like Disney films and animation, and you know, I really like the fun movies. The dramas, forget about it. I'm not into it. For me, I like the family films and the comedy films and the fantasy films. I like science fiction. Oh yeah, things that I tend to stay away from. I really don't watch them that much because they're not interesting to me. But drama, you know, I just get, it's just too dramatic for me. And also, I don't care for the action films. Now, I'll go see an action film if there's some whimsy to it. But the hardcore action films, like the hardcore detective and spy films, those action films, I don't know. That's not to say that I don't have favorite action movies. One of my favorite action movies was Aliens with Sigourney Weaver. Dang, that was such a good film. I still remember, I saw it so many times. I love that show. So scary. That's probably more in the science fiction than it is in the action genre, but it could probably go either way. So, yeah. I also like rom-coms, romantic comedies. Let's see, what else? I like how she says, you could also choose roller skating, ice skating, horseback riding, and then she ends up with bowling or golf. What do you think she's trying to say there? I don't know. Bowling and golf is a lot of fun for a lot of people, but I'm not one of those people. Now, I love a good game of putt-putt golf. Can't go wrong with a nice game of putt-putt. Give me a putt-putt putter and a golf ball, colorful golf ball, and some kind of small course with lots of decorative holes and stuff. I'm into it. The big golf courses, I've done that a few times. It can be fun if you're with the right people. All right. I'm also really not into bowling. Gotta say, I'm just not into bowling. It doesn't strike me as a very ergonomic sport. This ball is huge and it's heavy. And I'm expected to throw it down this alleyway. Say that again. It's just not a very ergonomic game. At the end of the game, my fingers are all stretched out. My joints are hurting, oh, my ligaments in my hand, my metatarsals, right? They're asking, why have you done this to me? And it's I'm walking on my left side, all torqued and twisted, because it's I don't know, you're throwing the ball down this alley. I don't know. What I like doing is I like watching other people play bowling. Watching other people bowl is not a problem. But doing it myself. Also, bowling alleys are kind of loud. It's hard to carry on a conversation in a bowling alley that's pretty active. It's loud, this bowling ball rolls on wooden floors. And so you're always hearing this conk conk, conk conk, conk conk, and as the ball rolls and hits the floor, it's just loud. And sometimes there's music playing. Quite often there's music playing in the bowling alley. It's just not my sport. I think that it was probably really popular in the 1900s, way back in the 20th century, maybe even the 19th century. I just can't get into it now. Anyway, thank you, Mary, for your tome, particularly the discussion about play. That was really nice, really needed. So speaking of play, we've got holidays coming up. And some of my favorite holidays are really just around the corner. In fact, my top 3 favorite holidays are nearly here. Christmas, number 1. Thanksgiving, number 2. Halloween, I don't know if it's number 3 or not, but it's an enjoyable holiday. And the holiday festivities are about to begin. The great thing about Halloween is that people are celebrating it earlier and earlier. There are multiple Halloween celebrations. We can go out multiple nights, multiple weekends, and get our Halloween on, right? That's the way it ought to be, I think. Wearing a costume for just 1 or 2 hours, let's wear that costume 1 or 2 hours, 3 or 4 times in the latter part of October. That's what I say. So, in recognition of this fact that the holidays are coming up, I think I'm going to commit to really enjoying these holidays, just going full bore into them. I think, and just enjoying the heck out of the holidays. That sounds like a real great idea for me. Going to see movies related to the holidays, going to see, reading books and poems related to the holidays. And in fact, I just want to tell you, I'm so excited about this. I just started listening to the audiobook Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I picked up the audiobook at the at the Allen Hancock College Library in Santa Maria last night. And I listened to it. Of the 7 discs of the Sorcerer's Stone, I've already gone through one of them. So I'm already 1/7 of the way through the text. And I'm really enjoying it. Now, if you recall, Emily, I sent you a gift a while back. Maybe it was a year and a half ago. It was this very audio program. I think Ron Ward or something is the reader. I forget his name, but I'm really enjoying it. I am really into it. This is good stuff. And so I'm really pleased. And you know what? It's very Halloween-y. Harry Potter is very Halloween-y. You've got witches and wizards, and everyone's in costume, right? They're in cloaks and hats. And this is the perfect story to recount and read in October, in the month of October. It's like J.K. Rowling month. And so I'm getting really pumped about this Harry Potter stuff. And so I'm glad to finally join in on the fun with the rest of the Harry Potter heads. And so that's something I'm doing right now. I'm excited about. I might finish that audiobook the way I'm going. A disc a day, I might finish it in about a week. So I'll keep you updated on my progress. Anyway, I'm enjoying that audiobook. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. All right, so also, in celebration of the holiday season, I want to read a picture book. I am all for reading picture books. I think as human beings, we love picture books. And so I'm going to go through this one right here. I picked this one up at the Allen Hancock College Library last night, and I'm stoked about it. So here it is. There's glare. Here we go. I'll try to reduce the glare. The name of the book is Over the River and Through the Wood. And it's about a family going to visit their grandparents' house for Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm already I'm pumped to read this book. Why? Because Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. I love the season. I love the feelings that surround Thanksgiving. And look at this. This is a family on a sled in the snow. I don't even know where they are. Maybe they're in Maine. So let's get on it. Let's read it. And so in order to facilitate, I'm going to go into wide angle mode. There we go. And let's read this book, why don't we? I see that there's some glare, so I'm going to bring down the lighting just a little bit. So we're going to get all cozy. Yeah, cozy in reading. So here we are. So I'm going to read this passage here. It says, "The horse is ready. The air is crisp. Everyone is bundled into the sleigh, and as the snow starts to fall, off we go, off to grandfather's house for a delicious feast with all of the warmth and coziness of a big holiday dinner. Matt Travers illuminates this definitive edition of Lydia Maria Child's beloved verse about Thanksgiving Day. Oh, I'm excited already. So let's go. Let's go on this adventure. Over the river and through the wood. The New England Boys Song by L. Maria Child about Thanksgiving Day, illustrated by Matt Tavares. Oh, over the river and through the wood, to grandfather's house we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through the white and drifted snow. I'm going to point out some things about this picture. First of all, I am loving the horse, this dappled gray horse. I'm loving the cityscape. Looks like they've had freshly fallen snow. And I love the snow on top of the roofs. And look at this boy. He's here. He's ready to go. He's ready to go to his grandfather's house. And here's the couple. Husband and wife, it looks like. And they've got a child. A little baby. Dressed in warm clothing with a cap. Look at this fur. I love how the fur is on it. His cap. And look at this woman's jacket. You know, I wonder, in the turn of the century, like the 1800s, where does this white fur come from? I'm a little bit curious. And then look what they've got here, a picnic basket. They've brought some food that they're going to take to their grandfather's house to have that meal. And look at this sleigh. It's the color red. Get off. Yeah. So they've got a horse and they've got a sleigh. They're taking a sleigh to grandfather's house. No, they're not taking a carriage with regular old wheels. Round wheels. Who needs those? Not on Thanksgiving. Certainly not when it's been snowing like this. What could be more perfect than having a sleigh to take your family to your grandfather's house? Oh, look at this. They're all wearing scarves. The boy is wearing a red scarf. The wife is wearing a green scarf. And the man is wearing, looks like a brown scarf. Oh, look. And the baby is wearing a blue scarf. It is cold. I can just imagine the crisp, cool air. Oh, yeah. And look, the sun. Look, they've even got the shadows. They're going to dinner. And it's already later in the day, you can tell. I love these illustrations. Oh my gosh, I am loving this book already. And we've only gotten to the first page. All right. Over the river and through the wood, to grandfather's house, away! We would not stop for doll or top, for it is Thanksgiving Day. So what we have here is this child who is pointing to the store window, and in the store window he sees a top. There it is, red and yellow. He sees a doll. This looks like a Raggedy Andy doll. And then there's also a Jack in the Box. There's a play horse, and you can see some reflection of trees and houses. Wow, what a skilled illustrator this is. He's really good at, and look at this, that top hat that the father's wearing is being reflected in the glass of the storefront. Wow, what a privilege to look at this. Look at these illustrations. Loving this. Notice how the horse is focused straight ahead to grandfather's house. And look how the father is smiling, grinning. Yeah. All right, and so we've got the wife and child here, and then the dog in the back. And this kid says, "Hey, look, there's dolls. There's a doll and a top." And the father says, "No, we're going to grandfather's house for dinner." And they're going straight away. It's already in the afternoon. And look at how fast they're going. Their scarves. I mean, I can imagine the cool, crisp wind wisping past them and drawing up their scarves. They are moving fast on this road. They are on their way to grandfather's house to have dinner. It's Thanksgiving. It's not time for presents. Leave that for the future, for Christmas. This is Thanksgiving. It's about family. It's about gathering. Yeah, it's about fun with one another. It's not about toys. That's not what Thanksgiving is about. All right. So, over the river and through the wood. Oh, how the wind does blow. It stings the toes and bites the nose as over the ground we go. So it is freezing. This family is bundled up. They've got their scarves. They've got their hats on. They've got their jackets. Look, this woman and child, they've got a blanket over their laps. They are getting cozy. They need to get cozy because it is so cold. Look at this sky. This looks like a cool sky. Look at those clouds and the trees. Look at that. The trees have got no leaves on them because it's wintertime. Yep, it's November. And I can just imagine what the air feels like against the skin. How crisp and chilling. It's so cool. And there's so much wind now. They're moving so fast in the sleigh that this young boy is almost losing his hat. Look at his hat go up. They're moving fast. And look at the tail of the horse. Flying. Yeah. They're on their way in this frigid, cold day. Over the river and through the wood with a clear blue winter sky, the dogs do bark and children hark as we go jingling by. Hark! I can see the kid here, the children, they're going hark. They're saying, "Oh, I'm hearing something. What is that?" It's the bells. Look, on the sleigh, there's a bell. I can imagine it going ring-a-ding, ring-a-ding, as they're sledding through the streets of the town. There's that dog still back there. And guess what? The dog has got his hat. The boy's hat. Remember, he was losing it earlier. The boy is... he's asking the dog to run faster to catch up because the dog got his hat. How helpful to have a dog so giving and playful as that. Oh, yeah. And look, there's another carriage, it looks like. It might even be another family who's going to see their parents or going to go to a dinner someplace. Oh, man. Loving it. And the dogs are barking. This is an adventure, if you ask me. Over the river and through the wood to have a first-rate play. Hear the bells ring. Ting-a-ling-ding. Hurrah for Thanksgiving Day. Oh, look at everyone's having so much fun. Now they're going over the river. Guess what? The river is frozen over. People are ice skating on the river because the water has turned to ice. Look at all these people, these families. Here's a kid in a sled with a hat and a blanket over their legs. Here's that dog with the hat. Look, he's sliding across the ice. Here are other families. They've got their scarves, red and white. They've got their jackets on. And they are skating and having fun together as a family. That is first-rate play, if you ask me. First rate. Over the river and through the wood, no matter for winds that blow, or if we get the sleigh upset into a bank of snow. So now it's beginning to snow. Oh my gosh. I am loving this visual. That horse is moving forward. Here's that dog with the boy's hat. And there's a rabbit. I guess, oh look, maybe the horse has been startled by the rabbit. And it threatens to upset the sleigh. The sleigh may be toppled over. But no matter. They are moving forward to grandfather's house to eat Thanksgiving dinner. They are determined to go. Look at the boy. He's excited. This is like a roller coaster ride for him. The woman is a little concerned. Look how she's holding the front of the sleigh. The sleigh might topple over, and the man is, you can see he's a little uncertain on his facial expression. He's definitely attempting to keep the sleigh on its course to grandfather's house. Oh, and they're going through the wood, by the way. Over the river and through the wood to see little John and Anne. We will kiss them all and play snowball and stay as long as we can. So I guess at grandfather's house, John and Anne are some kids that are going to be there. So the kids are looking forward to hanging out with other kids. The kids are playing. And they're looking forward to making snowmen and throwing snowballs. Look at that. They're going to kiss them all and stay as long as they can. Let me tell you, I've got lots of memories in my mind of me wanting to stay at a place. The parents say, no, we gotta go. And I can imagine feeling just that I want to stay as long as I can, along with my friends, John and Anne, playing in the snow. Oh my gosh, on Thanksgiving Day. Over the river and through the wood, trot fast my dapple gray. Spring over the ground like a hunting hound, for 'tis Thanksgiving Day. Yes, it's Thanksgiving Day. And they are springing over the ground. That is one healthy horse. Over the river and through the wood and straight through the barnyard gate. We seem to go extremely slow. It is so hard to wait. So they see them. There's grandfather's house. They're going through the barnyard gate. It's taking forever because I'm guessing that the gate is just sort of buried in snow, as you can see. It's taking forever. It's extremely slow. It's so hard to wait because everyone's anticipating going to grandfather's house, arriving at grandfather's house. And look at this dog who's got the boy's hat. The dog is still running after them. The dog seems to be just as excited or more excited than the family for going to grandfather's house. How much fun. It's Thanksgiving Day. Over the river and through the wood, old Jowler hears our bells. He shakes his pow with a loud bow wow, and thus the news he tells. Okay, so I don't know what a pow is. But old Jowler definitely would hear the bells. Dogs have amazing senses of hearing. And Oh, yeah. The dog is barking. Over the river and through the wood, when grandmother sees us come, she will say, "Oh dear, the children are here. Bring a pie for everyone." So look at this grandmother. She is so excited. She's so excited. She made pies for everyone. And look at the dog here. I guess that's the Jowler. What was the name of the dog? Old Jowler. That's right, Old Jowler. And here they come. Notice how she says, "The children are here." That's right. So from a grandmother's perspective, the parents are her children and stepchildren. And their children, the boy and the baby, are her children's children. I love this whole abundance idea where we have pies for everyone. Over the river and through the wood, now grandmother's cap I spy. Hurrah for the fun. Is the pudding done? Hurrah for the pumpkin pie. So here's the man helping the woman out of the sled. Here's the child and the other child. The dog here is playing with Jowler. And the cap has been left on the ground. And here's Grandma in her cap here waiting on the porch. And here's Grandpa with his top hat and his jacket on here to help secure the sled. And oh no, here's the boy with the hat. This must be another boy that's there. And then there's the basket with food. They say, "Is the pudding done? Hurrah for the pumpkin pie." Let me tell you, pumpkin pie is one of my favorite foods. In fact, what I've been doing lately is, I've mentioned this before, I've made smoothies with soy milk and I put pumpkin pie mix in the smoothie. It tastes fantastic. And here's the last illustration. The family is sitting at the table, Thanksgiving Day. They've got candles on the walls and the candelabras. They brought the dogs in. The dogs are not outdoors. They're enjoying the pudding and the pie. They're enjoying Thanksgiving dinner with Grandma and Grandpa. Everybody's relaxed and jovial. And look, it started snowing again. Outside the window, you see snowflakes. Oh my God. Let me tell you, I love this book. I am a real fan. As you can tell, I'm a fan of Thanksgiving. And I'm certainly a fan of picture books. And what a great book. Over the River and Through the Wood by L. Maria Child, illustrated by Matt Tavares. Wow, what a pleasure to read a book. For me, the feelings that book inspired were just delicious. Unctuous, scrumptious. Just loved it. I hope you enjoyed the book as much as I did. And as we wrap up a little bit, I'm going to answer a few questions to help you get to know me a little better. So, question number 67. What is your favorite food and why? All right, so I've got a lot of favorite foods. I think my favorite food, absolute favorite food, is probably, get ready, drum roll, it's probably lasagna. Why? I don't know. It's got tomatoes, which is a food that I really love. I love that fruit. It's so tangy and deep and umami. I love tomatoes, and I love pasta. You know, what a great texture. And I really enjoy the veggie lasagnas. They're quite good. When I was a meat eater, I would certainly go for the sausage lasagna. But lasagna is probably one of my favorite foods. I think partly because my mom used to make a lot of lasagnas when I was growing up. And it's just they're easy to make, I guess. They taste really good. They're baked food, and I could pretty much eat a ton of lasagna as a kid. And let's see what else. Well, of course, pizza's got to be up there. I really love pizza. And I love hamburgers too. Thankfully, these days with the Beyond Burger, I can have an amazing hamburger that's still vegan, right? So thank you, Beyond Burger. Thank you for the soy and pea protein meat substitute. Thank you. So I'm really pleased. In fact, I should probably... Okay, Google, put Beyond Burger on the shopping list.
Okay, I've added Beyond Burger to your shopping list.
Thank you very much. So...
You're welcome.
I just added the Beyond Burger to my shopping list. I was just started getting a hankering for some burgers. Yeah. And Beyond Burger is basically my favorite brand of meat that's not meat, artificial meat. It tastes so much like a real burger. So let's see, what else are my favorite foods? I'll tell you what has been going on in my kitchen. One of my favorite foods are French fries. Why? I don't know. Maybe because I like ketchup. I think I like ketchup and salt. And so today, actually no, it was like yesterday or the day before, I got a special kind of mat. It's a silicone mat that I can place inside my baking sheet so that the surface is really, it's a nonstick surface, so that I can place French fries that I cut and slice, right, and then bake on my baking sheet, and I can get those fries to crisp up real nice in my oven, and they won't stick to the pan. So I'm excited about getting my silicone pads, and so that's pretty exciting. So French fries. So I've already mentioned 3 foods that I really like: lasagna, pizza, French fries. Oh, and hamburgers. Yeah. Notice how they're pretty much all Italian except for, well, there's American and Italian foods. And I'll tell you what, I've got more favorite foods too. For example, Mexican foods. I am a lover of the burrito. I mean, burritos are like my go-to food. Every time I go to a Mexican place, unless I want to splurge and get something like an enchilada or something, but for me, it's all about the burrito. And not only that, it's about the burrito and the taco. Give me some tacos and I am a happy man. Give me some burritos and some tacos and I am over the roof in pleasure. So yeah, let me tell you, a lot of these are traditional foods that anyone could find anywhere, which is great. It's part of the reason they're so good. A food that I really like that I haven't had in a long time. Well, mashed potatoes. Oh yeah, give me some mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh yeah, now we're talking. I've had some really good mashed potatoes and gravy. Now you might be asking, what food do I normally eat during the day that I really enjoy? Those are like specialty foods. For the most part, I've been really enjoying rice lately, brown rice with vegetables. And I'll pick up a broth from the grocery store. They have these cartonized broths. And some of them are like pho broth and ramen broth and miso broth, various oriental broths. And they're all vegan, by the way. And I also like, to get vegetable broth, and it's really great. It's really nice to make soups, like a soup, like a pasta soup or a rice soup. And what I've really been enjoying lately are lentils. Just having like a lentil soup or split pea soup, really good, really tasty. I'm really enjoying that stuff. So I guess I could go on at length about food because I eat food every single day, 3 times a day, 3 squares a day. And I've been eating food for a long time. But let's move on. Those are I would guess that my very favorite foods. All right. Do you like pizza? That's question number 68. Yeah, I love pizza. In fact, I've been on a hunt for a way to prepare a wonderful vegan pizza. And I've been struggling to find a crust that I like and can use. And so right now I'm experimenting with various pastries, and I haven't really found one yet. I did get like a boboli type pre-made crust, and then I got another brand that I'm experimenting with. And the thing about a vegan pizza is that it takes some practice. I need to figure out what, like, Italian sausage I want to use, and I want to figure out what kind of cheese I want to use. And the sausage and the cheese choices, it's going to take some time to put it together, to sort of put together an awesome pizza, right? The pizza of my dreams. It's going to take some time. And so, I'm developing it. I'm working it. I'm working the system. I got some pizza ideas in mind. Trader Joe's has some pretty decent vegan cheeses that I'm looking forward to using. I've already used some of it. I've got another bag that I just opened yesterday. I opened it, I smelled it, right? And I was like, oh man, I'm not sure about this. And I haven't tried the cheese yet because I just wasn't sure about the cheese on account of its smell. I was thinking, oh man, is this right? So what was the question again? It was about pizza. Do I like pizza? Oh yeah, I love pizza. In fact, when I was growing up, my mom, get this, she had 6 kids, right? So when my mom and dad separated, my mom had to figure out a way to prepare food for a group of 6 kids, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So we ended up going out to eat a lot. And we went to, one of the places we went to eat a lot was Godfather's Pizza. And let me tell you, that chain was rocking the house when it came to producing amazing pizzas. They're some of the finest pizzas I have ever had in my life. I went to a Godfather's Pizza just recently, about a year or two ago, and it was nothing like the pizza of yesteryear. Let me tell you. The pizza of today, like, I look at the pizzas that these chains are producing today, like the Domino's pizza and the Pizza Hut pizza. What? They have no idea what pizza is. I'm serious. The only pizza that kind of comes close to the pizza I grew up on is the what's that brand? Something about Round Table. Yeah, Round Table pizza. What I like about the Round Table pizza is that the ingredients, you distinguish the ingredients. You can see, oh, that's some green pepper. Oh yeah, that is a slice of onion. Oh yeah, that's a slice of tomato. And these small pieces are sort of piled onto the pizza crust and baked on the pizza crust. Now, I'm saying this as if it's so unusual. It is. I get a Domino's pizza, and what do I find? It's just, I can't tell. It's like this melange of pizza mixed with cheese. It's like, what? I can't make out what the ingredients are just by looking at the pizza. It's like, I don't know. It's things are covered in cheese and sauce, and there's no telling what's on the pizza, and everything kind of tastes the same. There's no variety in flavor. It's a mono flavor pizza. You can tell. I could tell that the pizza just came out of a freezer and was heated up in a microwave oven. At least that's what it appears. And it's just all these pizzas made by machine or something. I don't know, maybe they're made by hand, but they're all made by hand as if a machine made them. It's just, my personal preference is to have ingredients on my pizza that are just large and bursting with flavor and different with varieties of color and flavors, just sort of all meshed and melded in there together, just piles of goodness, right? That's my kind of pizza. Not the flat cheese, New York style pizza. What's that all about? What's the New York style pizza all about? Maybe I just haven't had a good New York style pizza. If I was going to have a pizza, it would probably be a traditional pizza. It might be more like a Chicago deep dish style. Now it reminds me of like a lasagna, right? A pizza pie. Yeah, I could get into that. But for me, what I really like are like the crumbly, distinguishable foods on a pizza crust. Okay, so do I like pizza? The answer is clearly yes. I've spent the last 5 minutes just talking about pizza. Yeah, I like pizza. What makes pizza so good? It's probably the crust, and then the tomatoes, and then the cheese. Oh yeah, now we're talking. All right, so question number 69. Do you have a favorite song? Do I have a favorite song? Have a favorite song. If I have favorite songs, maybe they're Christmas songs. I don't know. Christmas carols. Maybe. I don't know. I like pop music. I mean, right now in the pop music genre, I'm not sure I have a favorite song. I'm loving Ariana Grande and what she has to give, and then Troye Sivan, which I'm going to go to his concert on the 30th of October. I invited you to come along if you want to come along. If you don't want to, that's okay. But anyway, I'm enjoying a lot of new music now. Namely Ariana Grande and Troye Sivan. Those are my favorites. I'm also going to go see Kim Petras, who I've just been introduced to, and she seems pretty good. All right, well, I'm going to wrap things up here. I just want to thank you, Emily, for spending this time with me. Thank you for letting me into your mind. To your mind space, into your thought space. Thank you for get at least the willingness to get to know me a little bit and to learn about what I enjoy and what I like, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find some commonality that resonates with you. You and I share the same DNA. You have 50% of my DNA. And that means our minds and our bodies are just so similar. We're like twins. And I'm reaching out through the internets. I'm reaching out and I'm offering you a little bit of me. And thank you for taking the time and having the willingness and openness to receive me through the internet screen. Thank you for your receiving of my offering, my invitation, my welcoming to get to know you, my lovely, beautiful daughter.